I am Leo London. Welcome back to my channel. Hello to all my new subscribers and all the old subscribers that have been there since the beginning. This video is going to be a little bit different. The other day at Locals, somebody asked me why I played Endymion, and I told them that it's related to a Greek fable that my mama used to tell me, and they thought that was really cool. So I figured I would share that with everybody and see how many of you knew about the story behind Endymion and where it came from, and maybe you can tell me what card has a sentimental effect on you. What card are you attached to? Special memory, special friend, like whatever it is. Let me know in the comments. So Endymion was a very, very beautiful man. He had godly beauty. And one thing about him is that he also had the absence of vanity. He didn't even have a mirror in his castle because he didn't want to stare into the mirror and see himself. So I believe that's where the card Reflection of Endymion is representative of that, because if you look at it, she doesn't have her eyes exposed. So that's why I always thought about when I saw it, is that part of the story. Endymion would never ask his people to do something he was not willing to do himself. So his people loved him because even the servants of Endymion, he would help with the farming chores or like whatever it is that they were being asked to do. He would help with that despite his status as king. Now, when it turns into a love story, this is my favorite part. Selene, the Titan goddess of the moon, would, as she's riding her chariot across the night sky, which would be the moon's rotation around the earth, she grew to admire Endymion because of his kindness and his lack of vanity, and of course his beauty. I'm sure that had something to do with it. And so after a time, she went down to earth during the day to meet him, and they fell in love, got married in secret, because Zeus strictly forbid Selene from marrying a mortal man, which is hilarious because Zeus is a renowned sex addict when it comes to having sex with mortals. So I don't know why he forbid it in this case, but I guess it just suits the narrative. So they got married in secret, and they had many kids. And as Endymion started to age, Selene didn't. And he continued to being a caring and kind king. As he ruled over his people, he was never cruel or cowardly. He was always brave, protected them, generous, and kind. He never stopped that throughout his entire life, no matter the wealth and being married to a goddess. None of that changed him. And when Zeus found out about the marriage, he came down to earth and decided he was going to punish Selene. But when he saw how Endymion had lived his life, he couldn't just kill him or like something like that you know, Zeus is prone to do. So instead he cursed him with eternal sleep. He would sleep forever, and his body would not age. It would be an ageless, eternal slumber that he fell into. And Selene could still watch over him and come down and visit him, but she could never love him again, and he could never love her. So that is the Greek tragedy of the king Endymion. My mama would tell me this story to encourage me to be a good person, be generous and kind, not selfish and vain. You had to know it was going to end a tragedy if you knew anything about Greek mythology. And for those that don't know, I am from Greece. I grew up there. Came over here when I was youngish, and I haven't been home in almost 10 years. And unfortunately, my mama is no longer with us. And I guess that's why I play the deck, is because it reminds me of home. It reminds me of that feeling of being safe and having your mama telling you stories before bed. and it reminds me of my mama and just feeling loved and all that good stuff that you should feel around Christmas. So I figured it was the perfect time to share this story around a Greek tragedy. um, so, did you know about the story? Had you ever looked it up before? What is a card that you have a sentimental attachment to for whatever reason? Maybe a friend gave you one when you were younger. Maybe it was the first card you liked from the show. Like, whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I truly hope that good things are in your future.